What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Pzo Malone. We are back with another video. I ain't gonna lie, on this channel we kind of turned it into like an NBA, but just really a discussion type of channel. And on this channel, I want to bring something to y'all. Drazen Petrovic. I seen somebody else react to this video. It'll be down low in the description. But I wanted to react to this for myself. It says, how good was Drazen Petrovic actually? Now, he died early, rest in peace, you know, to him. But I've been using his card in like NBA 2K, and I've been using him, and I'll be seeing like this man was a sniper from 3. So I want to know, how good was Drazen Petrovic actually? Let's get right into this reaction. Let's go.
He was one of the best European players ever. Some say that he's the best shooter to ever play. However, Drazen Petrovic is rarely mentioned in those conversations.
Drazen Petrovic. Okay. Drazen Petrovic. Okay.
Shooter to ever play. However, Drazen Petrovic is rarely mentioned in those conversations, as he only played in 4 NBA seasons because he tragically passed away at the age of 28. The 6'6" shooting guard is one of the biggest what-ifs in basketball history. But at the same time, he's done enough that he will forever be considered a legend. Here is the Drazen Petrovic story. He started playing professionally at the age of 15.
Oh, okay.
Drazen Petrovic was born in Croatia.
Wait, what? So this man started playing basketball at 15? He's compy. He's pretty compy. I ain't gonna lie, he's compy.
Basketball because of his older brother Alexander, who turned pro when Drazen was 10 and is currently the head coach of the Brazilian national team. The whole Petrovic family caught the basketball bug, but it was Drazen who was most infected by it. The orange ball became everything to Drazen, who vowed to turn pro like his older brother. Young Drazen would wake up and shoot jumpers before school, basically for every day of his life.
Wow.
Then he'd go to school, have practice with SachemPzo, his hometown team, and then stay after practice to shoot some more. He would be in the gym from 7 to 8 each day as a youngster, and such incredible work ethic was recognized by SachemPzo's head coaches, who promoted him to a senior squad at the age of 15. And even though he was the youngest, he showed tremendous leadership qualities, and his charisma, basketball intelligence, and work ethic rubbed off on his older teammates. In the 1982-83 season, when Drazen was 18, he was already the best player on the team and probably the best player in the Yugoslavian
That's how you're supposed to do it when you're younger. That's why LaMelo Ball is so like advanced right now, because when he was younger, he was playing against everybody older than him. He was an 8th grader as a freshman in high school playing against seniors on the senior team. Like, he was really a demon. Then the man went on to play in like overseas against grown people, just like Drazen was doing. When you're playing against them older skilled players, you're always going to be more advanced when you get older. That's how it is. Like, that's the key. That's a little secret key for y'all.
At the time, SachemPzo had the youngest team and with the smallest budget in the entire league, but they also had Drazen, and the others didn't. Against all odds, the 18-year-old Petrovic led SachemPzo to the finals. On his prom night, while the rest of his high school was partying, Petrovic played a deciding game in the finals of the Yugoslavian League. With SachemPzo down by 1 point with 2 seconds remaining, Petrovic was fouled. He calmly hit both free throws, won the state championship, and the legend about Drazen Petrovic was starting to form. The best player in Europe. After a year of mandatory service in the military, Petrovic signed with the biggest club in Croatia, Cibona. Cibona won every competition.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. These people really be having to play and be in the army. Like Giannis and his brothers did that too. They were in the army. If y'all didn't know, look it up. They were in the army. They had to fight.
Title, Cup, and the EuroLeague.
6'11" Giannis.
Beating Real Madrid in the finals, where Petrovic scored 36 points. Next season, Drazen got even better, and the team repeated as EuroLeague champions, this time against Zalgiris, who were led by future Hall of Famer Arvydas Sabonis.
What?
In 1988, after averaging 25 points per game and winning 8 trophies with Cibona, Petrovic moves to Spain to play for Real Madrid, the richest European club. Drazen was tormenting Real in the EuroLeague for years, and they wanted to sign him at all costs. Petrovic signed the first $1 million contract in European basketball history.
That boy got that bread.
Even though he spent only 1 year in Spain's capital. Drazen won the Spanish Cup for Real, beating Barcelona in the finals and winning the finals MVP. Drazen's 42 points in the finals game is a record that still stands. Petrovic also led the club to victory in the second-tier European Cup final against Caserta, scoring an unbelievable 62 points in the finals.
What? Oh, no, he was different, because that's not numbers you put up overseas. You put up like a cool 20, and the game usually ends like 62 points altogether. What? He was putting up 62 by itself? That's crazy. Drazen's crazy.
Scoring an unbelievable 62 points in the finals. After averaging 29 points per game for Real, Petrovic was looking for new challenges. By the age of 24, he won on every level in Europe, and his crazy competitive drive signaled it was time to leave. he left money on the table and bought out part of his contract to join the Portland Trail Blazers, who picked
Wow.
him with
I ain't gonna lie though, that does show you a lot. That shows you that the competition, as much as they might say the competition overseas is much better, ooh, it's not. That's a lie. Let me tell you, the rules and the referees might be more lenient, so then you could do more things. So then it's easier out here to score. But in the NBA, it's tougher. I'm trying to really tell you guys, it's not easier.
The 60th overall pick in 1986. Starting from the bottom in the NBA. Petrovic's arrival to the United States in 1989 was similar to the scene of Eddie Murphy's arrival in the 1988 hit movie Coming to America. Just like Prince Hakeem in the movie, he was royalty back home and was widely recognized as the best basketball player in Europe. But once he came to America,
it was
that
different.
all changed, and he had to fight even to become part of the rotation, let alone a starter or having a leading role on the team. Petrovic was one of the 4 European players who came to the NBA in 1989, which was the first time in league history that non-American players started playing in the NBA.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I know I'm probably pausing a lot, but was Petrovic and Sabonis on the team together back in the day? Because I know Sabonis was on the Portland Trail Blazers.
College experience. Europeans
Shout out
were
Portland.
considered as lesser players at the time, and people were skeptical when they got drafted, even
I ain't
though
gonna
they
pause
dominated
one.
the EuroLeague for years. So when he came to Portland, Petrovic was deeply surprised that he got relegated from a superstar to the end of the bench.
He was a
Played just
role
12 minutes on average on the
player.
Blazers team that got to the NBA Finals in 1990, even though he shot 46% from 3 as a rookie, the 3rd best percentage in the entire league.
What?
Trade to the Nets. As always, Drazen worked tirelessly in the offseason, mostly to improve his body. In Europe,
Nets
basketball
legend.
players never lifted weights in the 80s, which was Petrovic's only deficiency when he came to the States. In Portland, I played against Clyde Drexler in practice a lot. I couldn't handle it. I would score on him once or twice, and he'd give me 20.
Yeah.
I wondered what I was doing here and if I made a mistake leaving Europe. And then I realized, without physical strength, you are nobody and nothing. Drexler and Petrovic became great friends, and Clyde was one of the first people to advise Petrovic to leave Portland once they added another shooting guard in Danny Ainge. If Rick Adelman and the Blazers realized sooner what kind of player they had, maybe they would have won a championship against Jordan and the Bulls in 1992. They didn't. Petrovic played even less in his second season and requested a trade after 18 games. He moved to New Jersey and immediately proved that he could compete with the Americans. In about 20 minutes of playing time, the Croatian guard averaged 12.6 points on 50% shooting and 37%.
That's decent, especially for back in the day.
The best was
that's decent. That ain't bad.
First, a European star in the NBA. In his first full season with the Nets, Petrovic blossomed. He bulked up, learned the NBA game, and his confidence could never waver anymore. He knew that he belonged and that he could drop 20 on anybody. Petro, as they called him, became a starter in the 1991-92 season, and his numbers skyrocketed. He led the team in scoring with 20.6 points per game on phenomenal 51% shooting and 44% from 3.
Oh my!
Oh yeah! In the league.
Oh yeah! He could have easily did that. What is it? It's the 50-40-90. He could have easily did that back in the day.
51% shooting and 44% from 3, the second best mark in the league. Drazen and Derek Coleman pushed New Jersey to their first playoff berth in 6 years. The Nets lost to Cleveland in the first round, but it was hardly Petrovic's fault. He again led the Nets in scoring with 24.3 points per game and 54% shooting from the field. After the season, Drazen led Croatia to their first Olympics as an independent country. The Croats had a good team with 3 future Hall of Famers in Dino Radja, Toni Kukoc, and Drazen, and it's no surprise they got to the finals against the Dream Team. Drazen's coach with the Nets, Chuck Daly, also coached the Dream Team, and here's what he said. Of all the world's players, Petro was the only one who wanted to go at us without holding back. He really fought. He was not afraid, and he wanted to beat us.
Wait, how did he die then?
NBA season with the Nets and a tragic trip to Germany. After the silver medal at the Olympics, Petrovic had the best season of his career. He wasn't a novice anymore. He was the best player on his team, and his leadership skills began to show.
So he was the best player on his team.
22.3 points that season, which was the 11th best scoring average in the entire league. He was also among the league leaders in efficiency with 52% shooting.
No, I ain't gonna lie, that is crazy. He was 22.2 or something like that, and he was the 11th highest scorer in the league. There are probably 11 people in the NBA right now averaging 30. That's crazy.
Floor, 45% from 3 and 87% from the free throw line. As one of the NBA's top scorers, Petro was supposed to be the first European All-Star, but he was unfairly denied that opportunity. However, he was just too good to ignore and got selected to All-NBA third team. Only Jordan,
does that
Stockton,
mean?
Dumars, and Mark Price got more votes than Petrovic. And let's mention that Drexler, Reggie Miller, and Mitch Richmond got left out, which tells you how hard it was to get selected. The Nets had another winning season, but they once again lost in the first round to the Cavaliers, this time in 5 games. After the NBA season, Drazen flew home to play in the European qualifiers with Croatia, which would unfortunately happen to be the last basketball games he ever played. Petrovic
No, I ain't gonna lie, that is crazy, bro. He was at the height of his career, like literally in the toughest league in the world, going crazy, averaging 22 points, shooting 50, 40, 90, going crazy. He goes back to play basketball somewhere. My God, wow.
Which would, unfortunately, happen to be the last basketball games he ever played. Petrovic could have easily skipped those qualifiers because he had a long NBA season and Croatia had already secured seeding to the championship, but he wanted to play and lead by example. After he dropped 30 against Slovenia in the qualifying tournament in Germany, his teammates were boarding a plane to return home, but Drazen wasn't there. Petrovic didn't want to wait for the commercial flight and had decided to drive to Croatia with his girlfriend. Sadly, for his family, friends, and basketball fans worldwide, the Volkswagen Golf with Petrovic sleeping on a passenger seat had crashed into a truck on the German motorway, and Drazen Petrovic died on the spot at the age of 28. Legacy.
In a car crash, though? Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Imagine somebody, I'm just trying to really put this in y'all brain right now. Imagine whoever, let's look it up. I'm gonna do this with y'all live. Let's look up the person that is averaging the 11th highest in the league right now. Kyrie Irving is averaging the 11th most highest points in the league right now. I don't even want to put that on Kyrie, but just imagine if something of that gratitude happened to him. Like, we would be sick, distraught. Well, some people, we don't even want to talk about it. But if anybody in the league, this happened to them, I would be distraught. Drazen Petrovic, I cannot believe this happened. Man.
Legacy. Jordan's mentality,
his
work ethic, and Steph's shooting. When he was asked about playing one-on-one with Jordan, who would win that game, Drazen Petrovic said without hesitation, it depends on who would have the ball first. If I had it first, I believe I would win. Now, I don't believe Drazen could actually beat Jordan one-on-one, but it was glaringly obvious that he believes it 100% and that he has the ultimate confidence in his shot and his ability.
And mentality.
Jordan confirmed this as well. It was a thrill to play against Drazen. Every time we competed, he played aggressively. He wasn't nervous, and he came at me as hard as
Big ups.
Just like Jordan or Kobe, Drazen was a leader, a walking bucket, and a killer competitor. Each and every day in practice, he would be the first guy to come and the last guy to leave the gym. Nobody put more pressure on him or had higher expectations for him than Petrovic himself, who had a maniacal work ethic, very similar to Kobe Bryant. 6 or 7 in the morning, it doesn't matter. There's cleaning ladies and I. They would do their work, I would do mine and make 500 shots. I never missed a morning workout. Drazen. With 43.7 behind the arc, Petrovic is 4th on the NBA all-time list for three-point percentage, about 0.5% better than Steph Curry, who is currently in 6th place. And if you ask Reggie Miller, he'll say that Drazen Petrovic is the best shooter ever. When LeBron got asked who's the best European player,
what'd he say?
First he said Dirk, and then he corrected himself and said Petrovic. Whether you agree with LeBron and Reggie or not, Drazen Petrovic was without a doubt a top 5 or top 10 shooter who ever played, and top 5 European player ever. He paved the way for the Tony Parkers, Nowitzkis, and Ginobili's of the world.
He definitely did.
All had an easier path because of Drazen, who came to the NBA first and proved that European players could play. And when he could embarrass Hakeem Olajuwon like this, who was one of the best defensive players ever, and then sink a shot in his face, then it's easy to see why they call Drazen a basketball Mozart. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's a fact, man. A basketball Mozart. I don't really know what that means, but hey, you are that. Drazen, I see why you got so much respect around the world. You were a pure hooper. You love the game of basketball, and that's all you could hope for in a basketball player. We respect you and we love you. Rest in peace. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down below. Is Drazen actually that good? Did he actually compare and have the work ethic of Kobe and Michael? You guys let me know down below. I'll be in the comments with y'all. That's the end of this reaction though, man. We have other reactions on this channel. We have more reactions to come in the future. If you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, that'd be good for me. And we out.